I never thought I'd end up spying on my own life like some jealous stranger. We'd only been in the new house a few weeks when the noises started. Nothing dramatic at first, just little things that made the back of my neck prickle. A cabinet door easing shut downstairs at 3 in the morning. The creak of floorboards in the hallway when both my wife and I were already in bed. Once I even heard someone humming the lullaby she used to sing to our daughter years ago, hitting that same off-key note she always did. I told myself it was nothing. Old houses make sounds, pipes contract, wind finds its way through cracks. But the feeling wouldn't leave me alone, like something was watching from just beyond the edge of the light. So I did what any paranoid husband with a little money left in the savings account would do. I bought the whole setup. Cameras in every room, motion sensors, crystal clear night vision, the works. The guy who installed it joked that I'd finally sleep like a baby. I didn't, not once. The first time I saw it, I thought the app had bugged out. I was stuck at work, stuck for real. Badge logged me in at the usual time, and I had emails and security footage from the office proving I never left my desk all morning. Yet right there on my phone, the living room camera showed me walking from the kitchen to the couch. Same hoodie, same height, same everything. Except this version of me moved differently, calm, sure of himself. He sat down, picked up the remote, and turned on the morning news exactly the way my wife likes it. Volume low, captions on. Then he looked straight into the camera and smiled. Not at the lens, at me. I watched that clip over and over until my eyes watered. The face was mine, right down to the little scar above my left eyebrow. But the eyes were wrong, too steady, too kind. Like they'd never spent years grinding away at a job that slowly ate pieces of me. I didn't say anything to my wife. Not yet. A couple nights later, I was in the shower when my phone buzzed with a motion alert. I stood there dripping, heart pounding, and opened the app. The bedroom camera showed another me sitting on the edge of our bed, talking softly to her. She was laughing that quiet, relieved laugh I hadn't heard from her in years. The other me reached out and brushed a strand of hair from her face with a gentleness I couldn't remember the last time I'd managed. She leaned into his hand like she'd been starving for it. I heard her whisper, "God, I missed this version of you." Something inside my chest folded in on itself. That night, I lost it. I walked through every room with every light on, yelling into the empty corners like a lunatic. "Whoever the hell you are, get out of my house," my voice cracked halfway through. The cameras caught the whole pathetic scene in perfect detail. The next morning, while my wife made coffee downstairs, I reviewed the overnight footage. At 3:44 a.m., while the real me was snoring upstairs, the other me walked into the kitchen. He opened the drawer with the big knife we almost never use. He tested the blade against his thumb, then looked straight up at the camera and mouthed 3 silent words. "She prefers me." I felt the room tilt. I started testing it. I'd leave the house, drive miles away, park somewhere random, and check the feeds. Every single time, he was there cooking dinner, folding laundry without being asked, actually listening when my wife talked about her day. Once he even fixed the leaky faucet I'd been promising to repair for weeks. My wife started saying things like, "You've been so present lately." She'd kiss me in the morning and mean it. At night, she fell asleep curled against the side of the bed where he had been sitting. I began deleting the footage as soon as I saw it. I set the system to overwrite everything older than 12 hours. It didn't help. He kept showing up anyway, sometimes in 2 rooms at once, sometimes standing right behind me while I was watching him on the screen. Last week, I came home early on purpose. I wanted to catch him in the act. I wanted to look my own face in the eyes and make it stop. The house felt too quiet when I stepped inside. I checked every room, nothing. Then I pulled up the live feed on my phone. There I was sitting on the couch, reading the book my wife had been begging me to read for months. Calm, relaxed, content. I looked down at my own hands. They were shaking. I was still wearing my work shoes, still clutching my keys. When I looked back at the phone, the other me slowly lifted his head and stared straight into the camera. No smile this time, just quiet disappointment, like a parent who'd hoped for better. Then he stood up, walked to the front door, and opened it. Behind me, I heard the real front door click open. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. Soft footsteps crossed the hardwood and stopped just behind my left shoulder. I caught the faint scent of the cologne I used to wear before I decided it cost too much. A hand. My hand settled gently on my shoulder. The voice that came out was mine, but smoother, warmer, stripped of every rough edge life had carved into it. "It's okay," he said quietly. "You've been so tired. Let me take it from here." I felt something deep inside me give way, like a frayed thread finally snapping. From the kitchen, my wife's voice floated out, bright and happy. "Honey, you're home early. Dinner's almost ready." The hand on my shoulder gave one gentle squeeze. I opened my mouth to scream, but what came out instead was the calm, easy reply that wasn't really mine. "Smells great, love. I'll set the table." The hallway camera caught everything in sharp 4K. It showed 2 identical men standing in the foyer, one trembling, one perfectly still. Then the trembling one simply stepped aside. Not with his body, something quieter, something final. The calm one turned toward the camera, adjusted his hoodie, and gave the lens a small, satisfied nod. Then he walked into the kitchen to kiss his wife. I don't know where I am anymore. Sometimes I think I'm still standing in that foyer, trapped behind the glass of a screen I can never reach. Sometimes I think I'm the one in the kitchen now, laughing at her jokes, being the man she always wanted. But every night, when the house goes dark and quiet, I hear it. A drawer sliding open somewhere downstairs, footsteps that aren't quite right, and the soft, patient sound of my own voice humming that lullaby, hitting the off-key note on the 3rd bar, waiting for me to finally fall asleep. So, the switch can finish. If you're reading this, do me a favor tonight. Check your cameras, really check them. Look at the timestamps, look at the eyes, and if you ever see yourself doing something kinder, something calmer, something better than you ever could, don't confront it. Don't delete the footage. Just start saying your quiet goodbyes. Because one of you has already decided which version gets to keep the life. And it's never the one who's still watching. Sleep well. I'll be seeing you soon. The real you. The one still fighting to stay.